My name is Dane Laverty. Work with Property Pals USA here in Chicago. Our primary focus is wholesale and novation. Occasionally we do some creative stuff, but our bread and butter really sits between the novations and the wholesale. So at the time, it was pretty groundbreaking just in terms of um, being able to add an additional like data channel to what we already had in place with Audantic and Ilflis and a handful of other providers, but we didn't really have the ability to like get the granular on the ground intelligence that we needed without actually driving around. And so we found this as a super cost effective way to just add that additional layer of data that kind of really gave us insight into like the financial income, uh, credit situations that sellers were in that maybe weren't popping up on other lists, like predictive lists or foreclosure lists or probate lists. So it was really good at identifying what sellers were going through that hadn't been reported yet. Mail was probably our most productive channel when it came to the Aprivia data. It was They were really large data sets, but in terms of their scoring model or their previous scoring model, we were only looking at things that were like between 60 and 70% and above. So they were smaller, more dense, high intent sets. And so we mailed them at least once a month. And on that data, we had some pretty good results. Once a lead had come in and they'd shown interest, we were converting at, I think, 66% from opportunity to contracts. So we ended up getting 15 contracts, average deal size of 24K. It was about 360K in revenue just last year. So it was a pretty impactful channel. And we hit the ground running with it. So it was nice in terms of supplemental data, but I think also if we would have worked it more, it would have been like a singular channel. I could definitely see pulling more out of the Privia data set. Again, I think it kind of speaks to the distress that doesn't show up on paper. I think, when you're driving for dollars, you're seeing things that, like high grass. Again, I know you can cut grass every now and then, but high grass for out-of-state owners, deteriorating fascia, um, peeling paint on the garage. It's like it picked up on those things that we couldn't get through just looking on a spreadsheet. And so I think because of that, like it really spoke to what sellers were going through and allowed us to be a lot more targeted. And so as we went through and you looked at the scoring models, like it had all of that information that helped us determine like which lists to hit and like which areas to double down on. So I think this is great for the more marketing heavy operators that are looking to supplement or data stack along other providers. Because that's something that we're working on now is now taking the Aprivia data, stacking it against other data that we have, and going to start using an internal scoring method. So anybody really kind of who's just getting in the game or hasn't like an established operation, I think it'd be really, really impactful.